Hi, and welcome to my Week 2 online office hour for NT181. Office hour starting here in just a minute. So far we've not had anyone join. I anticipate, probably like last week, we won't have anyone, but we'll see. I'll still go over some things that I think are important here, and hopefully it'll be helpful to you. One thing I want to talk about, the assignments. Most of you did really well on the assignment last week, but some of you, there were some issues with some assignments, I guess, let's just put it that way. For any assignment in this course, if you scroll down to the bottom of the assignment, you will see two attachments. One is a lab guide. I'll open this up here real quick. I suggest that you just use this lab guide to paste your screenshots into each week. This keeps it simple, I guess, and this way you don't have to worry about labeling stuff. It's already labeled for you. You can just click in the appropriate spot and paste in your screenshot. So, like for instance, your first screenshot here in Activity 1-2, you can just hit Enter and then paste it in there, or just paste it right at the end, whatever. It doesn't matter. Just right after this part here, and then your next screenshot you'll paste in right after this, and then the next one right after that, and like I say, that way everything's already clearly labeled, and so all you have to do is just paste your screenshots. That's it. You don't have to worry about labeling it or anything. The other thing I want to point out is that this other document here, you have a lab guide with examples. This is extremely important here. This shows you what your screenshots should look like each week. And let me pull this over here. So you'll notice as we scroll down, so there's 4 screenshots that are required. So again, these are the screenshots for Activity 1-2. Anyway, so here's the examples for that section. So when you're getting your screenshots, take a look at the example that's provided for you and make sure that your screenshot looks like the one that's provided, and pay close attention. Make sure that you're clicked on the correct thing, so that I can see exactly what it is that I need to see. For instance, in this last screenshot, make sure you click on volumes so that I can see the volumes, because that's what you were working on in that activity. So again, you see all the way through the assignment, it's going to have examples showing you exactly what your screenshot should look like. So make sure your screenshot looks like the example as much as possible, and you should always be in good shape if you do that. If your screenshot doesn't match the example, it'll depend on what I can see as to whether you get credit or not, or how much credit you get. If I can see what I need to see that you completed the activity correctly, then I'll give you credit. But you're kind of taking a little bit of a risk there. So I would suggest just make your screenshots look like the examples that are provided. And if we take a look at the assignment for this week, Unit 2, scroll down to the bottom of the assignment, you'll see you have these same 2 documents here. The lab guide that you can use for your screenshots, and then the one that has examples that you can look at to see what your screenshot should look like. Of course, this week we're working on Chapter 3. Let's go take a look at our modules in Canvas for this week. Yep, so it mentions, it's kind of splits up chapter 3 into two different sections there. And of course, these 2 pages give you some additional information related to the topic coverage there. Yep, so chapter 3 is your only chapter for the week. So if we go over to VitalSource and let's take a look. So chapter 3 is on configuring and managing Windows Server. And let's go to the assignment. Okay, so your first activity is 3.2. And so if we take a look at see what page that activity is on. Here's activity 3.2, the beginning of it. So this is your first activity, and you'll be installing and removing server roles with Server Manager. And so anyway, I won't go over this in detail, but chapter 3 is your assigned chapter for the week. And you have activity 3.2, 3.3, 3.4, and 3.5, so not a ton to do really. But again, just make sure that you get your screenshots looking like the examples that are provided. Okay, so at this point, no one has joined for the live office hour. So what I'm going to do is point you all to a YouTube video. If you're interested in learning more about the Server Manager console in Windows Server, I'll put a link to this video in the announcements section under my office hour information for this week. But this video will give you a really good introduction into the Server Manager. Notice it's for Windows Server 2012, but there's really not much difference from 2012 to 2016. Or even 2019 with the Server Manager. So again, you should get a good bit out of this video. Like I said, I'll put a link to this in the announcements section. And let's take a look at that real quick. So here's the announcement about the week 2 office hour. I'll edit this announcement and add a link to that YouTube recording. Okay, well, that's all I've got for this evening. If you have any questions throughout the week, please don't hesitate to reach out. Just shoot me a quick message in Canvas or an email, and I'll get back to you within 24 hours. Thanks.